Welcome to Apex Prime Education. We are talking about the 373 Act. Now, let's start with the title of this area. This is the Truth in Lending Act, or TILA, under Regulation Z or Reg Z. This is dealing with the Mortgage Disclosure Improvement Act, or how we refer to it as MIDA. And it's talking about timing, or the 373 rule or act. Just from the title alone, there's a lot to digest there. There's a lot that you could be seeing on the exam. So let's jump into the rule. Now, 373. There's some confusion because throughout our program, and you might see this in other things, there's a 4 thrown in here. And that's mostly to explain the actual timing that's happening here. What you need to remember are business days, and you need to remember that a day or a business day is 24-hour cycle, okay? So the first thing I like to start with is the 7. Now, that's the middle number, so I know a lot of people want to start from left to right, but contextually, it makes the most sense to know that no loan can close quicker than 7 days, 7 business days, okay? Now, keep this in mind. You should all know what a business day is by now. 7 business days, this cannot close. Now, let's talk about the first 3. This is for the initial disclosures like loan estimates. Those have to be given out within 3 days. So what we're going to do in this scenario is we're going to do the quickest we can to close this loan. And remembering that depending on the business, it could change what a business day is. But ultimately, let's just focus on the 24-hour rule here. So if those disclosures are giving out on Monday and they have 24 hours to review them, remember that's Monday to Tuesday, let's say 8 a.m., that's 24 hours. Then we have Tuesday to Wednesday, that's now our 48 hours. And then Wednesday to Thursday, that's now our 72 hours, our full business days. The day you give it doesn't count as a day. And this is where a lot of people get confused. And this is where we add in the 4, because even though it's 3 business days, it's technically 4 days, right? It's Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, and Wednesday to Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 4 days, okay? Now, initial disclosures are given out first, and closing disclosures can't be given out the same time initial disclosures are out, right? Remember, this is all designed for consumer protection. It gives them a specific amount of time to review all disclosures, so they've had enough time so they're not taken advantage of. So you can't overlap that. Now, remember, we went 8 a.m. So then we're going to start at 9 a.m., right? This is the last 3. This is for closing disclosures or consummation or settlement disclosures, right? You might hear it different ways, but ultimately that's 3 more business days. Now, remember, a business day can vary. The technical term for it is that it's not any weekend or any federal holidays, but there is sort of a gray area where if the business is open and they're functioning, let's say like a Saturday, they are considered to be having a business day. Now, because we're typically working with the lending company, and lending companies don't typically have their offices up on the weekends, we're going to sort of say that, you know, this is what it is. But if we're looking at it, right, we start Thursday. So Thursday to Friday, and let's say Saturday and Sunday doesn't count, then we're going Monday, right? So Thursday to Friday, and then Friday to Monday, and then Monday to Tuesday. And we can see for actual days, that right there already pushes us out way further than what 7 actual days are. So this is where some of the confusion comes into place on whether, you know, depending on the disclosures, depending on what it is, whether it's 7 days, whether that's a business day for some period. But if we follow the normal standard rule, that's sort of what it's looking like. That would be the quickest we can get all the disclosures out and give our client enough time to review them, right? Now, keep in mind, even though this is the minimum standard, and maybe they decide that they don't want to do inspections, they don't want to do appraisal, they don't want to, they're just going to buy it, they're going to buy it with cash, they're going to do the minimum time, then yeah, maybe. But most of the time, to get everything done, 15 days is the quicket, but the average is about 30 days. So this rule is typically not an issue so far as closing early. It's more of an issue whether you're giving initial disclosures out in time, and then also giving out the closing disclosures. And if anything changes on those closing disclosures, you have to restart the waiting period, and that can sometimes extend the loan. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us. We have a Facebook group. We're on all social media platforms. You can DM us here. So thank you guys. Have a good one.